Hey y'all, welcome back to Pretty City Reactions. It's your girl Lauren A. And today we're going to switch things up. I feel like we need to talk about a certain individual who is not only a great R&B singer, he is phenomenal in his writing, his sound, his voice, all of the things. But with that being said, this guy is a menace to society. And something has to be said about it, and enough is enough, okay? And today I am referring to the lovely, the talented Giveon.
Talking through your mom again. Put this pride aside again.
Giveon just dropped a new album, which, I'm very grateful for. I feel like I have been waiting for some really good R&B to come out. And, it's just R&B just hasn't been on its wave like it used to be. R&B, of course, we know we're far gone from the days of, Brandy, Monica, Usher, Jasmine, all the greats. We've had some good R&B singers over the years, but I'm just missing that thing that kind of gets you in your feelings, right? Giveon has been that guy. He is, not necessarily talked about in all of the conversations, but he very well should be. He's one of the artists that, most recently has given you kind of the old school R&B feel. He's giving you vulnerability. He's giving you I'm outside your house with a boombox and some rain type of music. So I appreciate Giveon for that. He's in my rotation. Especially Garden Kisses. When that came out in 2018, that kind of just set the tone for I knew what kind of singer he was going to be. But anyway, let's fast forward to this new release that just came out, titled Beloved. And already it's giving me, Beloved always kind of invokes, let me hold your hand kind of energy from the movie or whatever. It's just kind of, every time somebody says beloved, I think of like an older woman who just says, baby, let me just hold your hand and tell you about something. You're not going to like it. And that's kind of what this album was. But this was a beautiful project. I did listen to it over a couple of days just to kind of see how I felt. I listened to it at night. I listened to it in the morning. And it did invoke different emotions depending on the time of day. But thankfully, because our attention spans are very short these days, it didn't take me long to get through it. This album, Beloved, is only 14 songs, about 39-40 minutes, so it does not take much of your time, but it is very impactful. So we're going to break this thing down just a little bit. I got to go through some of these songs because some of these songs had me in my feelings, while some of these songs made me want to be like, okay, this dude is a menace and he needs to be locked up, okay? So let's get started with the first song of the album. So the first song is titled Mud. And already I'm thinking that Mud might give me some Leon Thomas type of vibe. I don't know. But Mud is a great Kickstarter because it sets the tone for the whole album. The way it comes in, the chords, it's very mellow. It's very cloudy day with a trench coat on type of energy. And he's upset. He's upset that obviously him and his girl has broken up. And she's telling everybody about how much of a terrible man he was and how, he wasn't SHIT. And, he's sick of it. He's tired of hearing his name and all the things that he did as opposed to what she did for them to break up. Typical situation that happens after a breakup. We get it. But we already know somebody done broke his heart. He mad about it. So I go to the next song, Rather Be. It reminds me of like a Euro type of sound. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm an avid listener to R&B. And I feel like a lot of the good R&B today, don't hurt me, I'm not Drake, okay? But some of the good R&B that's coming out right now is actually coming from the UK. I can't say the same thing about the hip hop. I can't say the same thing about rap. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. The rap, I can't really get into it that much. But for the R&B, Oh my gosh, they are literally repackaging what we used to do and doing it in a modern way, and it sounds really good. So this album, I mean, this song, Rather Be, kind of puts me into the mind of Amy Winehouse and like a Eurocentric type of soul music. And he's just upset because she broke up with him and he can't have what he wants. Typical. You know how a lot of times I feel like most people want to be able to know that I could still get you back if I wanted to, even though we broke up. This was the energy he was giving, and he was mad that she kind of wasn't checking for him. That she wasn't checking for him to kind of get back. So I feel like he was in his feelings about that. The twenties I think was a good one. I feel like 20s is a song that I feel like a lot of people kind of can relate to when it comes to feeling like you wasted your time. Like, wasted my time on you. He feel like he wasted his whole 20s on this girl. And something can be said about that. I never been with somebody through, for a whole period of my life like that, like your whole 20s. I've never done that before. So I can't speak from experience, but I will say this, because a friend of mine went through something like this just recently, and she broke up with a guy that she was with for a very long time, and she feels like she wasted her time. However, if you want to be optimistic about it, if you want to actually feel like, if you want to heal through it, I think you have to really understand that there is no such thing as time wasted when it comes to love. I feel like unless it was like a complete lie, detrimental, bad for your health, abuse, and all the things like that, that's another conversation. But if you guys had majority good times and you had shared experiences, maybe shared a child together, maybe blended families and all the good times you had together, that was not wasted time in my opinion. I feel like in life we go through experiences and we go through things together, and we may have been together for just a season or for just a reason, but it was purposeful. And so, yes, we have broken up and we have to move on and it hurts, but it's not wasted time. It's just life and it's just experiences. So for him, he mad because just like, okay, of course, with any fresh breakup, you just feel like, oh my gosh, I could have just been with somebody else who wouldn't have done this to me. And it's like, yes and no. Yeah. So anyways, that's a good one. I really like that one, but it's definitely giving bitter. Strangers was good because I feel like he's kind of turning the corner. And honestly, this whole album I feel like is a breakup in a chronological order. Like, he's going literally line for line what a person would do during a breakup, especially a guy. I feel like with Strangers, he's mad. He's mad that she left, and he's mad that he can't speak to her like he used to. Whether it's something that he heard, whether it was something that, he saw, how he's checking homeboy out, and he can't really tell her about it. Like, he's mad that he can't access this woman like he used to. The bubble's turning green. She blocked him a little bit, muted his Instagram, all of the things that happens when you kind of still want to check on that person and still want to keep tabs on that person, and you just can't. You don't have access. And so Strangers, he feel like a stranger now because he can't talk to her like he used to. It used to be, hey, I love you. Now it's what up, if that. Sometimes you gotta I don't even see you in the room. I don't even see you. Numb was just a sad song. I couldn't get through Numb because, again, he's mad that he can't talk to her, so he's just crooning and he's just sounding like a wounded cat in this song. Giveon has a unique voice. Let's just start there. If you haven't heard Giveon before, you need to know that Giveon has a unique voice. And his voice is so unique that you have to kind of be in a mood or an element to kind of appreciate how he sounds over these songs. To the just naked ear, or to somebody who just really doesn't have an open mind, it can sound a bit like straining to the ear, or it can sound a little bit, heartbreaking to the ear. But I feel like for me, it sounds perfectly over these orchestrated songs. Like, it sounds perfectly over how the song is written and how the song is sung. Whoever produced it, they did a great job with his voice and his mixing. I feel like he just has a very unique sound. So Numb, while, I could hear the sentiment behind it, it just sonically, I just couldn't get through it. I can tell through Backup Plan, Giveon got in his bag. From the track, I can tell to Backup Plan, Giveon got into his bag. He got into I'm gonna get this chick back mode. He was on Demon Time, the little purple emoji. He was on that type of time. That's probably what I'm going to be playing. That those songs right there is probably what I'm going to be playing from this album from here on out, because he just was on his get back. Talk You Through It on I Can Tell. He said that I bet you he don't talk you through it like I do. Like, so now you're getting disrespectful. Now you are assuming things just because you mad about the situation. Like, don't assume don't assume that he's not doing what you did, because there's a reason why we're not together, and there's a reason why I'm with this person. Like, how you just gonna but of course you gotta, your ego is involved now. But I love that one. That's a good one. Diamonds for Your Pain is just absolutely diabolical. Diamonds for Your Pain is a song that a dude is literally trying to recoup his ego and be like, you know what, chick, his whatever, if it's an old girl or if it's a new girl, I'm just going to pay for my apology, because I'm going to be saying sorry next week. Like, this whole sorry thing is cute and it makes you feel better, but I'm going to be saying sorry next week. So I'm just going to go ahead and buy you this Birkin, or I'm just going to buy you this little Chanel or this little Tiffany bracelet, just so that you can shut up. Because I get it. What I did was messed up. I'm an F-boy, all those things. But diamonds for your pain, okay? Are you going to cry in a Nissan? Or you going to cry in a Rolls Royce? And I never liked that kind of energy, because I feel like that's very dismissive of people's feelings. But if she's cool with it, if she will accept a diamond for a sorry, then that's her business, But he was in that I really don't care mentality after this breakup, obviously. So, the whole, he had this one line that I was just like, all right, Giveon, lock him up. Lock this man up. He said, made your family love me too, just in case you get too comfortable. Like, so now you just plotting on my mama now? That's jacked up, man. You cannot plot on my mama. You cannot be cool with my cousin just so that, you can scoot back in if you want to. Don't do that. When I break up with you, they break up with you. Okay? Unless we were together for like a decade or something, when I break up with you, they're breaking up with you. Okay? We're loyal. Now, don't be trying to scoot back into the barbecue just so that you can get on my good side and be like, oh, and so my mom could be like, oh, well, I saw so-and-so today. How's he? No, don't do that. But he was on that type of time. Keeper, he's talking to the mama again. He starts off the song saying, talking to your mom again. But when I tell you, Keeper is probably the standout song on this album for me. Keeper is a song that I feel like can be played on the way to school, on the way to work, at home, before bed, like driving through the city. It's just one of those songs. It's just timeless. You can tell this is going to be a timeless jam. Every artist hopes to get a song that they can have played at, and can do concerts and tours and everything around it, because it's just such a good song. And I think Keeper is that. Classic crooner. He just needs that. It's just like, he understands that they broke up for small reasons, and he just wants his girl back at this point. All of that to just circle the block and just say, I want my girl back. I want her back. 6:30 was an interlude, so there's no problem with that. He basically went playing A Girl No Mind in the studio, but it was a cute little interlude to break up the monotony. Backup Plan is another standout. I think I've been seeing that on the timeline lately, just Backup Plan, whether it's male or female. I think a lot of men honestly think that women just always have a backup dude. whether they're in a relationship or not, they just got options just all over the place. I know he in your DM. I know he in your, you can't be too this fine and not have many. Like, well, what if I just don't like you? Like, why do I have to have a man in my DM just because I'm not giving you the time and attention that you want? I'm off of you. Okay, that's it. That's why I think it's a little difference between men and women when it comes to the breakup, because I feel like a lot of men don't break up with women unless they have a backup plan, versus women, we're like, I got to get away from you. Like, this is just not, it's just not it. And so we hope to have a backup plan, to kind of like help pacify their feelings. Now, it is true some of the time. Don't get it twisted, but not all the time. So I feel like Bleeding was a song that literally, I feel like the rest of the album, from Bleeding to The Good, Bad, and the Ugly, is basically him just really upset that the girl that he wants can't give him the love that he wants. Like, it's just what it is. Sometimes that, what you really do want, it's really not good for you because it's not worth your time or your energy, or it's just not reciprocated energy. It's unrequited love. Like, as much as you want her back, as much as you miss the memories, as much as you feel so empty without her, like, if she's not giving you the same reciprocated energy, if she's not wanting to be with you, if she's not, her actions aren't really proving that, then, you really can't just set yourself up like that. It's just not healthy, because what was is not what it is now. And so I feel like with him, the rest of the album, he really just was sick about it. He's really just was sick. He even asked in Bleeding, like, if you really don't miss the dude that you were with before, why do you still have his ring? Like, why are you not talking to me like you used to? Or is there still feelings there? Like, he still just has this uncertainty and this insecurity about the relationship that he's in. So poor Giveon. I mean, at the end, I did feel bad. Initially, I felt that you was a little toxic, and in the middle, you were definitely giving F-boy energy. But then towards the end, I felt kind of bad for Buddy, because I was just like, he just really wants the love. And so hopefully he finds it in the next album. But in Giveon, he gonna be heartbroken even more. So I think he was dating Justine Skye, which now is dating an NFL player, or just got engaged or something like that. And so he might be in his feelings. He might be in his feelings about it. So if that's the case, that's the case. She's moved on. Hopefully he can too. But this album is good. I feel like, honestly, like I said, from I Can't Tell to Backup Plan, maybe even Bleeding. I'll give it to Bleeding too. I feel like though that's gonna be the pocket that I'm in. Definitely. I feel like if you like a croning type of sound, if you like some good R&B, some I just broke up with my girl R&B, or I just broke up with my man R&B, this is the album for you. So check it out. It is called Beloved. It's by Giveon. He strikes again. Good job, Giveon. So anyways, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys the next time. Until then, be good, be easy. Bye.